everyone, and welcome to the Jammin and Jukebox radio show. I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn, and here with you a special time on Friday afternoon. Usually we bring our show to you in the evenings, but our guest is going to be with us here shortly and will be here this afternoon. So we are so excited about who we have on the show today, and if you're a fan of hers, you are excited as well, I am sure. I hope that you've had a wonderful week. It is Friday. The weekend is here. I know many of you are probably counting down the minutes until the 5 o'clock whistle blows. I myself personally have already ended up my week and have called it a week, and now I am ready to get my weekend going. We are currently waiting for our guest to call in, and she should be calling in momentarily. But I wanted to take a moment and talk to you a few minutes about who she is, for those of you who may not know, and give you a little background on her, because she is just a phenomenal artist, and I'm so happy that we not only have her on the show today, but that, we recently discovered who she is and absolutely love her music. She has such a soulful sound to her music, and it's just so relevant to today's world. And she is originally from Fairbanks, Alaska, and is known more, the state itself is known more for its beauty than a happening music scene. It is beautiful country, but it did spawn soulful rock vocalist Kelly Moneymaker, and she actually turned pro at 13. She hit the road a year later, and she never looked back. And she was actually part of the platinum pop trio Expose in the 90s. Remember Expose? I loved Expose, loved their music, and absolutely hated it when they disbanded. But she is now out on a great, successful solo career. Since that time, she has been busy building a diverse body of work, from country love songs for the NBC daytime drama Days of Our Lives, to Silvermoney's hard-hitting Goddess Killer, to the rootsy blues of her brand new album, Within the Black, called it's titled Race Against the Sky. And she is also the wife of former daytime drama star of Days of Our Lives, Peter Reckle. And so she has quite a following, I must say, nonetheless, for many different reasons. But above all, she is just a phenomenally talented vocalist, and we're just so glad to have her with us today. We are waiting for her to call in, and I will say, I don't know if you've heard in the last hour, there has been quite a big mishap going on at LAX this afternoon. Apparently there was a shooter in one of the terminals. Several people were down. I know that authorities are on the scene. The news just broke not even an hour ago. I was seeing it on my local station here. And so things are continuing to develop. I now know that all flights out of LAX have been canceled, and they are on hold. So I don't, I've been getting ready for the show, so I don't know what the latest developments at the moment are. But I do know, as I was watching social media earlier, that was kind of the newest thing. So I hope that this has not affected her in any way. I know that she's been traveling a lot of late, and I've not heard from her publicist, so we will assume that all is well in her world. But while we're waiting for her to call in, I want to go ahead and play a song by her that we have been giving some airplay to here on the Jammin' Jukebox radio show, our Indie Artist Showcase. This is a great song, and this is her latest release off of her album, her brand new album called Race Against the Sky. And this one is entitled Black Magic in Blue Jeans. Take a listen.
Moment I met you, I knew you were trouble. For my heart and into my mind, I seem to have talent for trouble. It's never been too hard to find you out. Unpredictable mystery, you're delicious, dangerous, and sexy. You're everything I want you to be. Black magic in blue jeans. Moment I met you, I felt it coming. That low feeling down in my bones. When you looked at me, I knew you were someone who could see deep down into my soul. You are unpredictable mystery. You're delicious, dangerous, and sexy. You're everything I
Kelly Moneymaker, and that is Black Magic in Blue Jeans. And that is the latest release off of her album entitled Race Against the Sky. And it's a great song. And let me give you a little bit of information on her. If you want to check out her website, she has a great website, by the way. It's kellymoneymaker.com. You can also follow her on social media at Kelly Moneymaker. And she's also, you can find her on Facebook also at Kelly Moneymaker. And she is just phenomenal. I mean, I love her deep, soulful, bluesy kind of sound. And she is definitely off the chain kind of good. We will see what is going on. I've not heard from her as of yet. I know she is to be on very quickly. She's supposed to be here. And so apparently, she might be a little delayed, but we definitely will keep the music rolling until she calls in. I'm going to play another song right now by one of my favorite bands. Let me cue it up here. And this is the latest release from the Como Brothers band. This is Late Nights.
All
song, one of their latest releases, Get Up Everybody and Dance. And I'm going to have Kelly on the line here momentarily. I didn't realize she had the wrong number. I had given the wrong number out. My goof. So anyway, that's the reason for her delay, or she would have been on the line all the time. So I am terribly sorry about that. But anyway, she will be talking momentarily. We will get this interview underway, and we are just so very excited to have her with us today. She is quite a phenomenally talented artist and quite a singer. Love her sound, as I know many of you do. Her brand new release is called Race Against the Sky, and earlier we played for you her latest release off of that called Black Magic in Blue Jeans, and I love that song. It reminds me of Anna, Miles, and when she sang the song Black of Velvet back in the day. And Kelly is the first female artist to come along in a long time that has that soulful sound to her voice that, you know, it just really is velvety. It really is smooth and it's deep, and it comes from a place that's just very soulful and rootsy, and she is just an incredibly talented artist. And if you this is kind of dating me, but if you grew up in the 90s era and you were a huge fan of Expose, then no doubt you've been privy to her wonderfully talented voice long before now. They had such a string of hits during that era of time. Every single song that they released was just a phenomenal hit, top 10 hit, top 40 hit. And they really were huge in their day. So it is just so exciting to see that she is out on her own, doing her own thing as a solo artist, and having great success with it thus far. And I know many of you too, on the flip side of things, are huge Peter Reckle fans, and I know many of you are become fans of Kelly because of Peter, and she's just so talented in her own right. And in any event, I think I'm going to be trying to call her. I'm just getting a number. So let's see if we can get her on the line. Just a moment, please, while I do that. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
Hello.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi. I am so sorry. I thought that I had given your management the correct number, and I didn't realize that I had not given them the correct number. So I apologize. I'm so sorry.
No worries. I'm just glad we finally connected.
Oh, I know. So much so. And how are you today? How is everything going?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. And I want to thank you so very much for being on our show and taking time away to be a part of this today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Where are you?
Hello? Oh, okay.
Where are you?
I am based in North Carolina. In North Carolina.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Well, I want to start first by kind of going back a little bit because, back, let's say in the 90s, you were part of the supergroup Expose, which was one of my favorite groups, by the way. I loved every song you guys released. But even beyond that, at the age of 13, you turned pro, which I think is just amazing in its own right. So pretty much from a very young age, did you just know that music was what you were going to pursue?
Yes, my dad tells a story that when I was 2 years old, I sat on his lap and he asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said, I want to be a singer, Dad. So I've been steadily working toward that goal my entire life, just to be a singer and a songwriter and a producer. And these days you have to wear a lot of hats. So I find that the minute I learn one skill, I have to learn a whole new skill set. But it keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you inspired and challenged, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, and I have to say, I love your voice, and you have definitely pursued the right profession because you are so immensely talented, and I've been a long time fan of yours as it is, and that's the thing. I mean, you've been at this for a very long time, and so you have seen a lot of the changes in the music industry as a whole. What do you think has been, in your opinion, the biggest change that you've seen overall?
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. I've always loved music, so I'm grateful that I get to be a part of this and do this every day. I have seen so many changes, and I think they're good changes. I mean, I think the industry needed to be shaken up. It is a difficult time for artists right now because we're working very hard at what we do, and people don't see how much actually goes into creating a piece of music or a collection of songs in an album. So getting paid for our music is not an easy thing to come by these days. So I find it's a transitional time, and I think better music is coming out because smaller groups are given a chance, with blog talk radio and internet promotion. A band in the middle of nowhere can promote their album and become successful in their region and be heard, whereas before, you had to have a big label deal in order to have distribution and get out there and radio support. So I think that there's some great music being made and coming to the surface. Unfortunately, you have to wade through a lot of it. You don't have a label, sort of saying, well, this stuff isn't worth listening to. Here's a group of artists that you might want to check out. So you have to wade through a lot more to find those diamonds. But I do think they're out there, and I think it's great that we have an avenue as an indie artist, especially. I appreciate having an avenue to promote my music, so I don't have to go through a label to do so. So that's a huge change, and like I said, trying to get paid now. Everybody, the collections associations are trying to figure out how to collect for licensing worldwide, and to collect from YouTube and Spotify and all these different new formats. So there's a lot of politics to be hammered out, and it's tiresome, but we're getting there. We're getting away, and I think it's working toward great things.
Well, and I couldn't agree with you more. I think the indie music industry as a whole has taken on such a surgence. I mean, it's kind of front and center now in the music world because you're right. The beauty of social media and all the different avenues in which an indie artist can promote their music gives indie artists the opportunity to be heard in ways like never before. And also the other beauty of it is while there's not a major record label backing the indies as a whole, there's a lot more creativity that indies can apply to their music and to their talent that they don't necessarily always get on a record label because they're boxed in and they have their guidelines. And so, it's kind of like the sky is the limit almost.
It's true. Yeah. And, I don't think that I'd be able to make the records that I've made if I were signed to a label, because they would be saying, well, this song can't go in this genre, or you can't, say that on a record. And I also write from the heart and from my own personal experiences, so anyone who's followed my career can see sort of where I am in any given moment. And when you're on a label, they want you to have a sound and stick to that sound so they know how to market you. If you're an indie, you can play the field and do whatever you want to do and let the music lead you, where it wants to go. So a friend just recently asked me when I was writing this record, did you think about a concept or did you think about writing in a specific genre? And in a way I did, because I wanted to get back to simple songwriting and do songs that I enjoyed singing. But I also let each song dictate the journey. And then they just all happen to fit together in one package. So I'm grateful that worked out. But as an indie writer, you want to honor every bit of inspiration that comes through you, and it doesn't always fit some nice, neat little package. And sometimes it takes you completely left of center, and I try very hard to just let those moments come through as well.
Well, and the other great thing, I think from a listener standpoint, It really does give listeners a real rare treat every time they hear a new release by an indie artist, because they never know what they're going to get because of the versatility that artists have and the creative genius that they're able to apply to their music. And as you said, take you on a musical journey each and every time, and you don't necessarily know where you're going to start out or where you're going to end up, but you just kind of go with it. And I think that is such a treat, a rare treat for listeners, of their favorite indies, because they get that experience every time as well.
Absolutely. And it's the same for us. I mean, when we're out there performing live, every experience is different and every audience is different. And that's what makes it exciting. I mean, if we just sat around and wrote the same thing and you came out to see us and you heard the same thing, then people would stop coming. Mm-hmm. And so it's a wonderful experience from both standpoints. And I've been in the audience and had that experience from a band that I love, and can't wait till their next record comes out. And I also appreciate it when I'm on stage and I have listeners looking at me and they didn't know the song when they came in, and they come up and hug me after I'm done because they say, it really touched them. So I think I absolutely agree.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a wonderful, like you said, it's a great experience for both sides. And it's a win-win, too, because, that just kind of gives listeners more to look forward to. It gives you as an artist more to draw from and inspiration as you go forward, in your career and so forth. And speaking of inspiration, who do you consider to be some of your biggest musical influences?
I grew up in a household where there was always music cranking. My grandmother was listening to Tony Bennett and Glenn Miller Band and Frank Sinatra. My mom was into Elvis and the Beatles. My dad was a huge fan of soul music. He actually wanted to name my brother Otis after Otis Redding. And, he was playing Aretha and Mahalia Jackson and Jackie Wilson and Curtis Mayfield. So I grew up with those influences. And then my brother was in his room with the stereo on 11, playing Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Doobie Brothers, Boston, Tom Petty.
Oh, wow.
And then I grew up playing sax, so I, wanted to be like Charlie Parker, but I also would listen to AC/DC and Cheap Trick and all kinds of bands. So we always had something going on, and I have all of those musical influences in my life, and you can hear that on this record. You can hear a bit of Floyd. You can hear Curtis Mayfield. I wrote Bring It On Home, and my goal was to write a song that would be inspired by the writing of Curtis Mayfield and try to live up to his standards. And I don't know if I accomplished that, but it was a lot of fun writing it. So I had a lot of influences, but I think they all kind of come together in one sound for me, which I'm very fortunate.
Well, that's what I was about to say, is that in your music, I've noticed that, you're not trapped into one single genre, obviously. And when, your voice in itself is so soulful, and you can just tell that it's a great blend, and your music is a great blend of so many different places, people that you've listened to. And as you were naming off all those artists, it was like a trip down memory lane almost. I mean, when you think about it, it just goes to show, how versatile your love of music is, and what a great product to put out for your fans and listeners, because you really do have a lot of diversity there to work with.
Well, thank you. I feel like finally after all these years, my writer side and my singer side have finally reached a place in the road where they're hugging each other. Because I love writing, and I've always written. I actually wrote my first song when I was 11, and I've been writing ever since. And I like to write in different genres all the time, and that's where I've had a lot of my success as a writer with licensing. So I write for commercials and film and trailers and video games and things like that. But as an artist, it's been difficult because my writer side and my singer side are constantly, struggling, having a little wrestling match. But this record, I just wanted to get back to simplicity and write very simple songs that I enjoyed singing, that were soulful and meant something to me. My husband and my daughter and my close friends and my family have all inspired the songs on this record. I feel like I have a very blessed life, and it's probably the happiest I've been in my life too. So I just wanted to honor that and embrace it and really, really enjoy this period of my life. So I celebrated it with this record and tried to celebrate all the people who love me and support me, because I am a very, very fortunate soul. I have a lot of love in my life.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And the album is entitled Race Against the Sky. How did you come up with the title for your album? What was the inspiration for that?
Well, Race Against the Sky is a song about recognizing those tiny, perfect moments that happen in your life. Mm-hmm. And being present, remaining present so that you can recognize it and enjoy it. And also how those little tiny moments strung together can define a life. Mm-hmm. So without getting too deep or anything, that's kind of how I'm feeling. And I felt that it marked the growth rings of my career and my journey to working out a lot of demons throughout my life and then getting to this place of joy and peace where I can really celebrate, the people around me and my existence on this planet. So it's been a long journey, and I'm just grateful for it, and I wanted to put that in a song, and I feel like Race encapsulates all of that.
That's beautifully said. And, I really, in the grand scheme of things, I think we all are kind of on that same journey for peace and harmony and just utter sheer happiness in our lives. And to be completely happy and at peace with those around us, our loved ones. And that is quite a defining moment, I think, when we achieve that. And it really does set the course in motion, I believe, for what's to come as your life continues to unfold and things go on,
Well, thank you. They say if you change your behavior, then everyone else around you changes too. And I find that to be very, very true. Life is difficult sometimes. The days don't go well. You wake up and you're like, why didn't I just stay in bed this morning? But if you can, it's about perception as well, finding those things that make you happy. And it can be as small as my daughter looking up and smiling at me. They can completely flip my day around, do a complete 360. And those are the moments, that's what I'm talking about, just taking that moment and making that the important moment of your day rather than somebody yelling at you on the freeway, which happens a lot in Los Angeles, let me tell you.
That is so true. And it is true. I think sometimes we focus so much on trying to change others that it's just so simple, and yet it's so difficult at the same time. If, we just start with ourselves, that automatically happens, as you said. It's really amazing how that works, too, But in the end, it all works out. So that's the beauty of it. Well, what is coming up for you for the rest of this year? I mean, we are winding down pretty quickly. I mean, October, I don't know about you, but just kind of came and went for me. But what do you have on tap for the remainder of 2013? And into 2014, what do you have coming?
Well, tonight we're actually playing the House of Blues in the Foundation Room. At 11 p.m., so we're excited about that. My touring band is a well-oiled machine at this point. We've been out on the road quite a bit, and we're looking forward to sort of winding up this leg of the tour tonight at the House of Blues. That's going to be a lot of fun. I have friends coming from all over the place, and we have some fans of Days of Our Lives who've been supportive. They're flying in from Australia and San Francisco and all over the place. I have a producer friend of mine in Colorado, and he's flying out for the show tonight. So we're gonna whoop it up, and I'm looking forward to that. And then in 2014, I'm basically going to be shooting videos through the holiday, and so I want to save Race Against the Sky. I haven't played that out at radio yet because I'm going to release that in 2014 with the new video, and I'm very excited about the concept of the video, and I hope everyone enjoys it. We'll be out again quite a bit on the road in January, February, and we'll also have a whole slew of videos to put on the internet so people can see us there.
You are already going to be busy. I can tell just from what you
Yes.
just said. I mean, yeah, and I hope that over the holidays you will, have a little bit of downtime to enjoy with your family, even though you are going to be kind of setting the stage for 2014, if you will. And speaking of the holidays, is there any chance that we will get a Kelly Moneymaker holiday album at some point? Because oh my gosh, I could only imagine how phenomenal an album that would be.
Oh, thank you. I actually love Christmas music. I know that sounds corny, but I grew up in a household where, Christmas was well celebrated, and my mom always had Christmas music going. So, and Peter is also a big fan of Christmas music. So we will probably do an album at some point. I hope that he'll join me on a tune as well. I did put out a Christmas single, and we're giving that away with the purchase of the album from the Drop Card site. So if people go to dropcards.com/Kelly Moneymaker, they'll be able to download the album and they'll get the free Christmas song. So first they have to just let me know they want it and send me an email on my kellymoneymaker.com website. And then I'll send them a link for PayPal and then send them a code. And all they have to do is put that code in and they can download the record. They also get free videos as well.
Oh, wow. That is such a nice package.
Yeah. So we took You Are My Sunshine and we remade it into a bluesy Christmas tune called You Are a Snowball.
Oh, wow. Well, it's interesting that you mentioned about Peter, possibly singing with you on, future records. I have followed him for years, watched him on days, but I never realized that he, is musical. So that's really cool. I hope that will happen.
Yes, he did musical theater. He's also a wonderful dancer. You may have seen some of the prodigies they had done with Owen Hope, and he's just very, very talented on so many levels. And he has great ears, so I depend on him quite a lot. I'll bring a new song in, and I'll sing it to him, and I'll say, what do you think? And he'll give me thumbs up or thumbs down. Now I've got a little one who does the same thing. I'll say, do you like this? And she'll say, I love it, or not so much.
Yeah, but
so,
it's nice to have that level of honesty, and integrity when you're trying to put out the best product possible for, that you want to put out, but also for your fans and listeners. So it's great to have that, even though it sometimes you're going, really? But it's great, and that's perfect. And what a great collaboration.
Well, I do trust them because they both have excellent taste in music. And I know that they're both honest with me, and I appreciate it. That's why I ask. Otherwise, I wouldn't ask. I just do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do appreciate the extra sets of ears around here.
Yeah. Well, and I know there are tons of Peter Reckle fans listening to you today and are huge fans of yours as well. And people are constantly, I see this on social media all the time, and I'll give you the chance to address this here. Is there any opportunity or chance that Peter will go back to days at some point, or is he completely done? I know that a lot of fans were curious, and I thought, well, maybe if you mention it, then they'll know for sure.
I can't speak for him because we each have our own journey in life, and we try to honor the other person. So you can never say never, and I don't know what his thoughts on that are. I think it changes over time, so I can't speak for him on that level. But I do know that he has a deep love for the show and a gratitude for the fans and their support. And I do know that he has a few movie projects on the horizon that they'll be very thrilled with. But I don't know about days. There were talks of him going back at one point, and then I don't believe anything was agreed upon. So I'm not sure what the future holds, and that's always an exciting thing.
Oh yes, isn't it though? Well, I think.
Listen, I've been with the man for 17 years, and every day is a new adventure because you think you know someone and then they surprise you. It constantly surprises and inspires me every single day.
That's amazing, and that's so sweet. And I'm sure fans won't care as long as they get to see him doing some form of acting somewhere, somehow. So, there's so many fans out there of his and of yours as well. And so I am so excited for what's to come for you in 2014. And definitely I want to get that holiday single because we're going to be featuring holiday music on our show here very quickly. I mean, it's upon us almost. And continue to promote your music as you go forward. Anything new you have coming out, we would love to help promote it for you and just get it out there so people can hear it.
Well, thank you so much. I deeply appreciate the support and the warm reception this album's received. And I will I'm putting the Christmas song on tonight before I go to my show at House of Blues, so it'll be available for people tomorrow. So,
okay.
I'll make sure that it's up there and ready to go. But thank you again. It's been a pleasure talking to you. You asked wonderful questions, and I appreciate that as well. So many blessings and happy holidays to you.
Likewise to you, Kelly, and please give our best to Peter, and hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday season. And we would love to have you back anytime to talk about any new projects that you have going on. You are just such a wonderful person and a great artist. So thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. I'd love to come back.
All
Take care, Dawn.
Take care. Bye-bye, Kelly. Well, there you have it, folks. Kelly Moneymaker. Oh, she is such a delight. Thoroughly enjoyed speaking with her, and I hope that you enjoyed the interview as well. And I apologize again that we were short on our interview today. My blurb, I gave the wrong number to the publicist. Imagine that. I rarely, if ever, do that. So, in any event, I'm so thankful we were able to connect to her, and she was able to spend a few minutes speaking with us about her music. And again, go to kellymoneymaker.com. You can be linked to where you can pick up her brand new album, Race Against the Sky. Also, you can also find her on Facebook and Twitter. Twitter is Kelly Moneymaker, and also Facebook Kelly Moneymaker. So certainly hope that you have enjoyed our show today. And we are actually going to be off the next few nights. We will be back here early next week. But in the meantime, I hope that the rest of your Friday is a great one and that your weekend is outstanding. And thank you so much to everyone for being here today. Our special thanks to Kelly Moneymaker for being here as well. And we look forward to being here with you again very soon. So have a great night and a great weekend all. Take care. God bless. Good night.
Thanks for listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jammin Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jammin Jukebox or on Facebook at Jammin Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at thejamminjukebox.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always, on iTunes. Thank you for joining us.